Yeah, we never did a full album playthrough of Are We Still the Same? We did a most of the album playthrough for a video during COVID, but we didn't release it. But we like filmed us playing most of the songs, like Taylor and Colton and I. What do you think we had, like, that we had practiced together before, while you were still doing regular practices with us? Like, how much of this album?
Well, we would have had
Lifeline?
Yeah, Lifeline, Ringtone, Hold On, Jar Jar, As Creation Allows. Probably just those ones.
Yeah, and maybe some other ones that didn't make the cut.
Yeah, maybe there was Distant Memory would have been one of those.
Oh yeah, Mortal Freedom and Distant Memory would have been.
Yeah, and then like there's probably like a couple of these other songs were in like the prototype phase.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of them that were like 100% created after the incident.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
they were like entirely new when I listened to the album.
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
We had more than what we actually recorded, because I think Greatest Hits and Are We Still the Same, it was pretty much just recording everything we actually had. This was like the first time there was like a surplus, and because there was a surplus and because we had all this like extra time together, I think you were helping me realize for the first time that like, no, it's for like the better of an album that we like leave this here, include this, leave this over here, like include this.
Yeah, I mean I think that's the way most people do it.
Yeah, but we never had to do that before because we used to just always record everything that we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like the first time we had like more than we've used.
And I used to be such a record everything that we make kind of thing.
Yeah.
I kind of always thought my shit like Sean Gold or whatever. Like I was like
musical pack rat.
Yeah, like I was like everything is great because it's us. That was always kind of my thing. I was like it's us, so it's like automatically good. And Taylor's like, no.
Really bought into the just be yourself mantra.
Yeah.
The only way this is done differently is if it gets held onto for like several more years so that later songs can be paired with it.
Yeah, that's true too, right?
Which like that was never going to happen now.
I needed some convincing or whatever because like we can take a quick peek at it as well.
Listen to the B-listers.
Yeah, so a number of the B-listers became songs that Taylor put out for his own solo EP.
It looks like we considered 10,000 Leagues Under You as a song at one point too.
Oh yeah, because you guys all really liked it, but I found it really hard to play with the band on that one.
Okay.
Because it's just such a like delicate, soft song that as soon as you add drums, it's like, oh, I can't do this anymore.
We should have maybe just had you do it like, Is It Worth It then, maybe? We should have just thought to... Yeah.
I don't know. I like it that it's like my own song.
That's fair.
It's like my one song that's really good. It's just myself.
Well, yeah, it's an awesome song.
I think Shadows of a Lost Dream was considered for it at one point, but we never made a demo of it together. We played Shadows of a Lost Dream together. He wrote a different song, a different instrumental called Alien Cows.
Nice.
Alien Cows is this one?
Oh yeah. This could be something too.
Yeah.
I don't know if this one is here.
Yeah.
And then we wrote two other songs in Hardesty that didn't make the cut. So one's called Mortal Freedom. That was a song of Taylor's.
This one had some good riffs. We tracked these out live. Yeah. This one ended up being kind of like hard rocky kind of metal.
And then
I remember Distant Memory.
And then we made another one called Distant Memory as well. That was like you actually had like a really cool drum line for it.
I remember liking that one, but then I kind of forgot all about it.
Yeah.
I was curious to listen to that one.
Okay, we'll listen to it after. Yeah. I'll spoiler, at the time you hated it.
Oh, really?
You thought it was dog shit at the time.
Oh, maybe I'm only remembering like one good part of the song, maybe.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm not bad. I don't miss this one.
So yeah, Mortal Freedom and Distant Memory we wrote at the same time as Hold On, but we didn't use them. But we kind of made these like somewhat multi-tracked demos that like kind of sounded okay.
Oh, the Trade-Off as well. We wrote the Trade-Off back then. Taylor and I wrote it together, and Taylor convinced me like, no, this is not up to snuff.
Yeah, I don't think that one worked.
We needed to cut it, and then we remade it 2 years later with Colton. and it made a huge difference, like remaking the song from the ground up. And then now the new version of the trade-off is like actually mint, and the old one sucks.
It's hard not to want to take like everything that's like awesome and then like spotlight it on like the band, because the band gets like bigger reach and bigger exposure and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like I'm doing currently, is like I'm saving like what I think is like the best of the best.
So this is just my thing. Every album has been like, I treat it like it's the last time, because I just want to make sure that stuff happens and that stuff gets out in the world.
I also feel like you just like wake up one morning randomly and you're like, we're doing an album. It has been decreed.
It sometimes like starts to become apparent after a little while stuff is leading up to something.
Yeah.
And even right now in this year, 2024, I'm trying to eventually like guide us to eventually be ready to go back into the studio and make something else as well. Because that's just what you do when you're in band. You just create stuff, and I love creating stuff. The core of who I am as a person is I just have a compulsion to create stuff and share it, and that's how I feel like I get like purpose.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna listen to that audio.